everyone, welcome to Ashley Land. I'm super excited because let me tell you, I am blessed and highly favored. As many of you know, I tested positive for coronavirus a couple of weeks ago. Right now, I am a living testimony that God is present because I have no more symptoms. I feel fully recovered. I'm gonna get retested, but I just feel so blessed because so many people have had such hardship with this virus, and I'm really recovered. Like, I feel 100% normal. And so I wanted to share a little bit this week about my coronavirus journey, what I did to kind of help me feel better, and just overall precautions and things that I've learned during this experience. So this is Ashley's Coronavirus Confessions. So as many of you know, I came to Chicago to visit my family for a little bit. I ended up having a family member test positive for it, and I was around this family member, which let me know that I needed to also get tested as well. I waited about 2 days to get tested. The second day, I definitely started feeling symptoms. I was, having like a cough and really couldn't sleep at night, and so I knew I needed to get tested. When I went to get tested, I went to a clinic in Chicago. They did the nasal test. It wasn't as bad as everyone made it out to be, but I also heard that they may have changed like the length of the rod that they used to go up your nose, because I didn't feel like it was touching my brain. Like, that's what people are exaggerating and saying. Like, it was literally 10 seconds. They stuck it in my nose and they were like, we will send you the test results in 1 to 3 days. It was a very easy process, and it didn't hurt at all for me, but I know that's not everyone's experience. After day 2, I was like, okay, y'all told me 1 to 3 days. Where are my test results? Literally, we had to call them because me and my whole family's household, we went to take the test. We had to call them and be like, yo, where are our results? And then they finally told me over the phone that I tested positive. But literally, these healthcare workers are not sleeping, or they're very overwhelmed. It just really shows that our healthcare system is not where it needs to be at all in terms of how much testing materials we have, and just how many people or how many workers are on staff to give the test out. It's just a mess. It's a mess. But I tested positive, and so from that day, that was like about 2 weeks and 1 day ago, I started my quarantine. Now, as you can imagine, quarantining is not something that you want to do, but obviously we knew we had to quarantine because we didn't want to infect anybody else. I was actually scheduled to go back home to LA, and I had to cancel that flight because I knew I had the virus, and so I ended up staying in Chicago. I'm still here for another 2 to 3 weeks. Quarantine was a lot better knowing that I had other people around me that had coronavirus as well, because we were all able to support each other. Like, I couldn't imagine being isolated with it because it's just really scary. Like, all you hear about on the internet is just people dying from it, or people having to go to the hospital and all these things. And I swear, I was telling so many people, like, anxiety is the worst symptom of this, because like my actual symptoms were not that bad. It kind of felt like a common cold. Like, I had a runny nose, I had a cough, I had a headache here and there, and I kind of had fatigue. But other than that, like, I didn't have really any problems with like breathing. I did get like shortness of breath if I like went up the stairs too fast, or if I did a task too fast, but it was nothing that was like life-threatening, thank goodness. So we were just here chilling, quarantining, watching TV, trying to make the best of the situation. Me and my cousin, we rewatched Game of Thrones, which was super exciting because obviously that show is one of the best of all times. So that definitely helped the time pass by. We did like board games, things like that to keep ourselves busy. And I just have to get to the part where you all come in, because you all showed me and my family so much love and support, especially the people here in Chicago that brought us things. Shout out to Sandra, who was in LA, one of my friends who sent my whole family food that was like comforting, and we just felt so much love and support. And I think that's one of the biggest things that helps you get through having the virus, is knowing that people are there for you and care about you and love you. Going into some of the remedies and medicines that we used, I have to shout out my cousin's friend's mom, Dr. Beverly, the neighborhood doctor, because she was so good to us. She did about 3 or 4 drops with us with just vitamins and tea and all of these things, and I'm literally so grateful because I feel 100% better, and I know I need to start taking all of these like immunity boosting support things on a daily basis, because I feel like a 10 right now, like literally. And so I'm gonna go through some of the things that we use. Vitamins, definitely we took vitamins. We took Women's One a Day, but you can take any vitamin you want, just something that has like vitamin C, vitamin D, all of those different everyday vitamins you need to be taking. We took that once a day. Then we took zinc. You know, a lot of people know that you need a certain level of zinc before you give blood. It's something that is very necessary for your health, and we were taking zinc capsules every day, as well as the vitamins. It can be found in like fish, or you can take like a pill. Next, we took oil of oregano pills as well. I literally felt like an old lady because I would just take like 5 to 6 pills every day, but it was that serious. And so oil of oregano is said to have healing properties. It has antiviral, antifungal properties, which obviously we had a virus, and so it was up in there killing that thing, and it is literally a miracle worker. Then we took elderberry syrup, which you use like a spoon to drink that. It's kind of like a cough syrup, but it's like elderberry. It's very berry tasting, but elderberry is actually really, really good. That was one of the first things I heard was a good cure for the coronavirus. And again, it's good for your immune system, getting toxins out and things like that, as well as black seed oil. And so I just started hearing about this one, but black seed oil is literally, I'm literally about to stock up on that, because I feel like that as soon as I took that, that's also a syrup, I started feeling better right away every time I take it. And it's also really good for your immune system and building it up so that it's able to attack viruses. Since I had a cough, I definitely was taking, cough syrup. Tylenol has this good cough syrup because apparently this virus does better with acetaminophen, and so Tylenol has acetaminophen in it, as well as like Dayquil. So taking that cough syrup every day definitely helped. I also got into the habit of drinking a lot of like pressed juices, because they just have a lot of immune system support, like the kale and mango and all of those different juices. That really helped as well, just continuously having fluids in my body and getting a lot of rest as well, because those are like the 2 main things they tell you to do when you come home from the test, like drink fluids and get rest. Those are basically the cures for coronavirus, TBH. And then obviously tea. I hate tea, but I had to drink it. I'm still drinking it now because I just don't want this thing, but I'm gonna just keep drinking it because it definitely cleanses you. Something about tea just cleanses the mind and the body. And so I've been drinking lemon ginger tea with some honey and some fresh lemon every morning, and then also garlic. My Habasha sister, Aida Casa, put me onto this. I chopped up 2 garlic cloves every day and ate it raw, and it is the most disgusting thing you will ever eat, but it is so good for you. I read up on it a lot, and they say eating garlic, eating onions is really, really good for your health. Speaking of onions, we put onions in our socks. Apparently, if you put organic onions in your socks when you sleep, it sweats out all the toxins in your body. And so we did that a couple nights. I won't say that it was the best remedy, but it definitely made me feel better. Like, I just felt like I was doing medicinal things, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said before, like, just knowing that people were there for me when I first posted my video of having tested positive for the virus. People were just super supportive. Like I said before, anxiety was like the worst symptom. Like sometimes I feel like I was gonna die, and like I know I'm a child of God and I know I'm blessed, but you hear about this in the media so negatively, and so you just don't know what will happen. I'm just so blessed that me and my family are on the other side of things. You know, I really hate to be corny, but this virus is not taking a break, and neither can we. We have to make sure we're washing our hands. We have to make sure we are not engaging in social hangouts. We have to make sure we are wearing our masks, wearing gloves. I definitely was slipping in terms of my defense against this virus. You know, I was at home visiting family. Maybe I wasn't wearing my mask as often as I should have, and you know, I ended up getting this virus. But now that I'm on the other side of things, like, I don't wish this on anyone. This is not a game, and I just want to make sure everyone is out there staying safe and healthy, because our government is not going to save us, y'all. Like, at the end of the day, like, we have a debt that we need to pay to humanity, and just really make sure we don't pass this along. People who especially are high risk, it's gonna mess them up. Like, I had the most mild cases and I still would not wish it on anyone. I know in LA it's getting pretty bad, and so I just want everyone to stay safe. Please, you know, work on getting your immune system up now, especially before cold and flu season, because it's gonna be a wrap at that point. I'm so happy you all tuned into this video. I can't wait to crank out some more content for you. I'm so glad to be back. I love you all so much. Let me know if you have heard of any of these coronavirus remedies. And until next time, be bold, be beautiful, and be you. Love you all. Bye.